Welcome to the Gatekeepers Podcast with Billy Grove, where the fence world gets real, raw, and unfiltered. Billy's not just an industry leader, he's a hands-on pro who knows what it takes to build quality fences and strong teams. So grab a cold one, settle in, and get ready for straight talk about the trade. Today's show is brought to you by Mr. Fence Academy, National Metal Industries, J.C. Gurry Signs and Decals, and Orlando Hinge Company. If you're looking to hit the next level in your fence company, check out Mr. Fence Academy. Real fencers, real job sites, real training equals real results. And now, live from the Mr. Fence Academy studios, here's your host, Billy Grove.
What is going on, Fence Fam? How's everybody doing on this fabulous Tuesday evening? Hope you guys have had a wonderful week last week and are starting off this week with a bang. Got a great show lined up for you tonight. I got a first-time guest on, Mr. Beau Brewer from Louisiana with Jack Fence. They are based out of Lafayette, Louisiana. But first and foremost, guys, I do got to give a huge shout out to my sponsors who make this thing happen every single week. First up, we got Mr. Fence Academy. If you are looking to up the level of your fence company, not just the business side, but the installation side as well, head on over to www.mrfenceacademy.com and check it out. Next up, we have National Metal Industries. If you guys are still looking for privacy slats for chain link, vinyl, ornamental iron, aluminum, go hit up www.nmifence.com. They also just dropped a new aluminum handrail kit, 3 foot tall, comes in 6 foot wide and 8 foot wide sections, all in a box kit, white and black to choose from. And once again, that's www.nmifence.com. Next up, we got the good folks over at J.C. Gurry. If you guys are still looking for a fence sign manufacturer, head on over to www.jcgurry.com. All of those signs come with Mylar lamination, make them look good 10 years down the road, like they're brand new, spick and span. Last but not least, we have Orlando Hinge Company, aka the Swan Hinge. If y'all are still struggling with a double drive gate swinging uphill on one gate leaf without making ugly cuts or leaving nasty gaps up under the bottom, highly recommend you go give a Swan Hinge a try over at swanhinge.com. They really work. Awesome people, super easy to install. And the best thing is that you get to do what a lot of people could not do before you, is make a gate swing uphill. Boom. I think I knocked it out of the park on that one this time. Didn't trip over anybody, didn't forget anything. So there we go. That's good. I'm excited about the show tonight. I got, like I said earlier, Mr. Beau Brewer from Jack Fencing down in Lafayette, Louisiana on. And let's go ahead and bring him on screen, guys. What's going on, buddy?
What's up, Billy?
How are you doing? Man?
Good, man. Enjoying the nice warm weather that we're getting. You know, our guys are working hard out there on jobs this week. I know it's hot, but good week so far.
Yeah, man, it's starting to heat up. It's not there yet. I mean, it's going to get hotter, of course, but at least we still got good wind right now. I don't know how it is in like midsummer in Louisiana, but midsummer here in the Panhandle of Florida, it's almost a stalemate.
Yeah.
So it's just like hot air, like you have no breeze, nothing. So I'm still loving the breeze that we got right now. I will take it. It was pretty hot today. But yeah, man, it's been good, dude. Busy day, busy week. But you know, that's how it rolls in the fence world, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think this week in Louisiana, we're supposed to get like quite a bit of rain and showers for the rest of the week. So hopefully our crew can kind of withstand and, you know, knock some jobs out.
Yeah, man, there's a fine line when it comes to working in the rain for me, to be honest with you. It's I'll work in the, you know, pitter patter, and I'll work in kind of moderate rain. But like once it starts like raining, like I'm done.
Like downpour, yeah.
Yeah. And also the same thing that stops the Air Force is lightning within 5 miles. That'll stop me in my tracks.
Absolutely, yeah.
So those are about the only two things, man. I like to work in the pitter patter, especially in the midsummer heat. It's nice, cool down, and then it just gets sweltering hot again later on.
The unfortunate parts of living in the South, right?
I know, right? I know it's so nice, but we always like want it to come. Like, come on, summer. We're tired of this cold weather, and then when it like gets here, we're like, all right, yeah, no, we're done with you. You can go home now.
No, there's no doubt. The accuracy of what you just said is crazy.
Yeah, but it's normally around like I'm gonna say like right around the 4th of July is whenever I start feeling that way. Even though it's my favorite holiday, I'm like, all right, we can tone the heat down a little bit, Mother Nature. We can tone it a little bit.
It really is kind of like, is it weird that I like when the 4th comes, it feels like that's like officially summer? Like,
dude, same
kind of how I feel, like, oh, summertime's here. It's 4th of July. It's
same here, man. I am the same way about that, and it's all around my favorite holiday. I love getting together with family, shooting off fireworks, watching fireworks. It's just it's one of my favorites.
Yes, sir.
Well, shit. I guess we have done enough small talk. I guess let's just dive right into it. So
let's jump in, man. Let's do it.
For those of you guys who are watching and those who are listening, who maybe not, there we go. I told you I was going to trip over some words here soon. For those who do not know you, will you introduce yourself to them?
Yeah, for sure. So I think you kind of covered obviously my name at minimum. So my name is Beau Brewer. I'm our sales manager here at Jack Fencing. I've been here for almost 2 years now. So I sell full time. So I'm always on the road, helping customers, serving customers, answering the phone. It's nonstop for me right now. Our business is growing. We are definitely on the rise, and so my days are pretty full with spending intentional time, like I said, with customers, serving them, bringing their visions to life on what they're wanting as far as fence goes, and that's my day-to-day hustle with Jack Fencing. So that's
oh yeah, I love it.
What we do. That's what we do.
Where are you from? Are you originally from Louisiana?
Yeah, I'm from Beau Brewer, Louisiana. So if you're not really familiar, it's east of Lafayette. So it's about 25-30 minutes. Small town. Grew up there my entire life. I mean, always went to Lafayette as a kid. I went to school in Lafayette, graduated high school from there, college in Lafayette. So, being in Lafayette has kind of been, the norm for me for the last 30 years or so. So,
nice.
But grew up in Beau Brewer, love it. My wife and my daughter, we live there currently, and we love it. And it's home to us, and it's really all I know.
Hell yeah, man. I love it. So you and I have our anniversaries with the companies. Sounds like right about the same time, because I'm coming up on 2 years as well.
Yeah, awesome, man. That's cool.
Yeah. So my 2 years is I think July 9th, July 8th, somewhere around there.
Yeah, mine's like a little closer to fall, but we're definitely like close,
Right there. Sure. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. So what did life look like before the fence world? You said you've been with Jack Fence for 2 years. Did you come from a fence company, or did you come from a different world altogether?
Well, I guess I have multiple worlds. I guess we can kind of talk about that for a second. But so I'm gonna give a shout out to my good friend Devin. So if Devin's watching, what's up, Devin? Haven't talked to you in a while, but hope all's well. I know you're crushing it. But Devin is owner of Cajun Installations. So it's an above ground pool installation company. So they specialize in above ground installs, and they do some fence work on the side. So I was kind of at like a life crossroads, if you will, before I
Mhm.
jumped in with Devin. So I coach along with Jack Fencing, kind of going all over, but
Mhm. Okay.
I coach competitive girls volleyball, like still to this day. So I am very much in the volleyball space. I don't want to say full time, but I would say it's very important to me, I guess,
Right.
still to this day. I'm very involved.
Right.
So I was doing a ton of volleyball, um, but I was also trying to find something that I could make a career out of as well. So Devin offered me a job. I started building above ground swimming pools with him and his team. And then just accidentally almost kind of fell into side work of fencing while I was with Devin. So by no means am I an expert fencer. I kind of learned as I went, right? Trial and error,
Right.
just
Right.
learning new tricks, learning new things about fencing. Um, but it kind of was accidental ending up with Devin, and then how I got to Jack fencing is kind of a whole nother, I guess, avenue that we can explore, I guess, whenever you're ready.
Absolutely, man. Take us straight there.
Yeah. So literal, like Jack fencing was a complete accident, but like the best accident possible. So Chris Gass, which I'm sure a lot of you know who Chris is if you're in the industry. Tremendous guy, tremendous leader. We love Chris.
Yeah.
Anyway, I trained Chris's daughter in volleyball. Like I had no idea who Chris was at the time. Like I didn't know Chris Gass existed. I didn't know Jack Fencing existed. I didn't know his wife Taryn, Lance. I didn't know anybody. Like I literally trained Chris's daughter through the sport of volleyball. So most of the time when I would train his daughter, Ivy, like Chris would never get down. Like he would never get down. Ivy would leave the gym, right? Like, well, like this one random day, Chris decides to get down. And, I'm coaching Ivy. I'm kind of giving her pointers, here and there, how to pass better, hitting footwork, whatever. And after our lesson, he like kind of pulls me aside. He's like, "Man, I really love your passion, your energy. Like, you could just tell you're into what you do."
Right.
And then the conversation kind of led to fencing. Like, I found out that he owned a fence company. I mentioned to him that I was sort of dabbling in that space on the side. I was kind of at a crossroads, and it was really the perfect storm of like Chris kind of needed a salesperson at that time. The company was growing. Um, and I was kind of looking for, I don't want to say a career change, but something that I could grow with, something that I could really like establish myself in, get my feet wet. And like literally maybe a month later, he brought me on, and we're sitting on a podcast right now talking. So
I love
I've
it, man. I
it
love
literally
it.
happened like organically,
Right.
random, like
Right.
happenstance, like whatever you want to call it, God. Um, I think it was just the right time for me in my life to open this chapter with Chris and with Jack Fencing, and honestly, I couldn't be happier. It's been a blessing.
That's awesome, man. That's an awesome story, dude. I love to hear that.
Yeah, it's definitely random for sure. A lot of people think it's he had to have come from like this really like fencing background and woodworking and whatever. It's actually like quite the contrary. I've learned quite a bit since I've been here about the industry. But yeah,
I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, we still learn stuff every single day. I mean, no matter
absolutely,
how
yeah,
long you've been doing it, I mean, shit, you can learn something new from the new guy. It doesn't happen very often,
all the
but
time.
sometimes the new guy will say something, and I'd be like, "Well, I'll be damned."
Yeah, no, I'm always trying to sharpen the saw and like sales techniques and like learning how to sell better, learning how to help better, learning how to like whatever. I think you have to be learning every day. Like
Right.
what else are we doing here if we're not like actually like growing and trying to be better?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. I pick up stuff all the time, man. I picked up stuff when I went to fence games and I brought back that I'm now like doing just from, watching people's lives or like watching their videos of their work.
Yeah,
I pick up little tips and tricks all the time. And so
yeah,
I don't claim to be the perfect person in the world, right? Because nobody's
Right.
perfect. But I do take pride in that I'm always willing to learn something new,
Yeah,
though.
for
So
sure. I think that's an admirable thing and something that we should all strive to do. So,
hell yeah.
yep.
So what you want to talk about first? You want to talk about sales or you want to talk about the retreat?
Man,
Which one would be more exciting for you? We're gonna do both, but which one
yeah.
would be more
We can talk about the retreat. Let's talk about the retreat.
okay? So the Mr. Finn's Academy retreat happened in let's see, February, March.
I think it was March, maybe March. Yeah,
And this was my second year, your first year, right?
first year. Yes, yes.
Yeah, man. And we sat next to each other in the classroom,
We
which
did.
was great, man. I loved my little seat partners. I had Nick on
Oh,
one side and you on the other side.
we had the corner rocking for sure. It was
Yeah, we did, man. It was a
a
great
time.
time. But first, kind of just like walk me through like what were your expectations? How much did Chris Gass let you know before you showed up?
Um, Full transparency, he kind of didn't.
Good,
All he really said was like, honestly, this is going to change your life. Like, this is going to be challenging in many ways. Like, not just from like growing like your fencing business, but like your personal life, your like changing habits, like figuring out a way to like be a better man daily, like being more intentional with your time, like figuring out like it was so much deeper than just like going and expecting it to be. I don't know. I don't even know what I expected. Honestly, obviously I knew it was a fence retreat, but I left so much fuller of knowledge, friendships, networking, people that I could lean on for advice, or even people that I may have helped, like while I was there
Right.
through sales or whatever. So it was powerful, man. It was literally like Chris said, it really was life changing,
Yeah.
honestly.
That's awesome, man. And you have I didn't know if you were on your journey before the retreat or not, but I've been watching you and also I asked Nick every so often how you're doing as well. But you've been on a personal mission for let's see, I guess fitness.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit.
Little bit, man. It
Yeah.
looks like you've been going pretty hard, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So don't want to dig too deep into this because I know we're kind of like covering different topics, but long story short, in 2018, I got diagnosed with cancer, and I had to go through chemo and radiation and the whole thing, right? 15 years ago, before that, I lost my mom to cancer. So I've been through a lot of like traumatic experiences in my life that have certainly helped shape who I am, kind of the legacy I want to live, like kind of who I want to be every day, being more intentional. And for like the longest time, I would just make excuses like everybody else. Like I would be too tired to work out, or I couldn't, like I would get home from work too late, or, I got whatever. I want to hit snooze when I wake up, like
Right,
whatever BS
right.
excuses we tell ourselves, like, but then I kind of think back and I'm like, man, I remember sitting in that chair, like getting an IV, like in my Metaport, like literally getting poison drained like into my body. I'm like, man, if I can literally like withstand this and do this and beat this, like, am I really bitching about like not prioritizing my health, like my life, my wife, my daughter? Like, can I not just like be better for them? Like, truthfully. And not that I like haven't been better for them. I'm sure I have in many ways, but I want to live long enough to enjoy time with my daughter, be able to play with her outside, hang out with my wife with intention, exercise with my wife, like whatever that looks like. I want to make sure that I'm doing everything that I can as a man to do that. And so, literally going back to the retreat, kind of like circling back to where we were, it really hit me in a way like a ton of bricks that like my life was not on track where I wanted it to be. And Chris challenged me, Nick challenged me, a lot of people challenged me to just to do it. The progress is in the discomfort, right? Like you're gonna
Right.
have to
Right.
struggle and it's gonna suck before it gets good. So I'm proud of kind of what I've done so far, but I mean this is just the beginning. I wanna, keep bettering myself, my health, my endurance, my physique, my mental state, all of it to where I can get to where I want to go.
Hell yeah, dude. I love it, man. I love that you get to see what the retreat does for people afterwards, and you get to
Yeah.
see like, you know, people's journeys and watch their wins and their failures and watch
Yeah.
everything all together, man. It's pretty rad.
Yeah. And like, I think you probably feel the same way when we think about the word retreat, like a lot of times it's like a temporary high. Like you go to these things and you're feeling really good. Like it's 1 week out, you're like, yeah, like I'm on cloud nine. Like I can conquer the world, right?
Right.
But what are you gonna do after the high wears off, right? Like what are you gonna do when nobody's watching, when there's not 100 people around pushing you, holding you accountable? Like do you have that sort of discipline yourself to do it? And I think honestly that's where people fall short, is when they have to kind of go back to their surroundings, whatever that is, and having the discipline, the work ethic, or whatever the mindset to continue that high over and over and over and over, getting to a point that they want to. Because I think everybody wants to continue what they've learned from the retreat. It just takes special habits to get there.
Right. Right. I love it, man. All right. So we're gonna segue into sales real
Yeah,
fast. So you're
love
the
it.
sales manager over at Jack Fencing, you said earlier, right?
Yeah, sales manager, salesman. I sell full time, so anything that comes in, anything that is a warm lead that needs attention, I'm doing it. So
Okay.
yeah.
So when you first started with Jack Fence, what was your experience in sales?
So prior to working with Devin, I worked at Cajun Fitness. It's a local, let's just call it like a really nice local facility. They have like 5 locations, and I was like the sales manager for the gym. So I would sell memberships. I would help members get more comfortable with like group fitness, personal training, whatever. Sort of kind of guide them, like if they were struggling with consistency working out, or if they were overweight, like what did that look like, figuring out like how to sustain them in the gym, sort of thing. So I definitely like dabbled several years doing sales, through that, I guess, avenue of lifestyle. I know it's much different than fence, but essentially you're still helping people, right? You're
Right.
still you're
Right.
still figuring out what areas that they're struggling in, how you can help, and ultimately trying to guide them to the best journey that's sustainable possible from the get results.
Hell yeah. All right. So this question is from Chris Gass, but I was going to touch on this. I just like the way he put it. Says, Bo, how are you able to sell over $2 million in fence and still coach volleyball?
Having Chris Gas in my ear every day. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm partially not kidding, because Chris is the ultimate like accountability holder. Honestly, like a full transparency, like Chris used to kind of frustrate me a lot. Like whenever I first started, because he was so, like, you met Chris, right? He's
Yeah.
so like,
Yeah.
I call him the 1%. Like whenever I like introduce him to people, I'm like, Chris is like the standard. Like there's everybody else and then there's Chris, right? So
Right.
he just like sets such a high bar of like belief in like whoever is on his team, that I honestly felt no other choice but to win for him and our team. And I don't know, man. I think it just takes a lot of grind, a lot of um like being okay to hear no, and like keep going. It's real easy
Right.
to get discouraged when people tell you no. Like as much as we think we're going to sell every job, we're not. We have to have the confidence in our process and how we do things, and believe in our product and our team and what we actually have to offer. Like regardless if we're getting no's or yeses. So I would say, a lot of it was Chris spending intentional time with me when we kind of first started, just mastering the process, figuring out the ins and outs of how Jack Fencing does things efficiently, and once I kind of got the like meat and potatoes down of kind of how to do that, I just tried to let kind of my natural personality, my gifts take over, and yeah, it's been to think that I was going to sell 2 million by myself. Honestly, like probably not. I definitely had like hopes and goals, but even like once I got to the finish line of my full year, I was like, wow, like that's incredible. So
So when you said
proud of what we did in
future,
year one. This year we're on track to beat 2 million. So
wow,
I'm actually I'm proud of that as well. So
I love it, dude.
uh just yeah, that's about it.
Hell yeah, man. So you said earlier on in the show that you do still sharpen the like blade in your sales
Yeah.
things. What's one of your like idols in the sales world that like you get a lot of advice from?
So like these days it's a lot of like everything's social media driven, right? So you see a lot of clicky bait, like TikToky, Instagram stuff. Um, I like Alex Hormozy a good bit. I watch some of his stuff. Jeremy Miner also I think does a really good job. There's a guy, Luke Lunk, Paid to Persuade. Chris and I spent some intentional time with him doing some like live sales training, like kind of when I was first coming up. And I think all three of those platforms are pretty good. I think it kind of just depends on what you're struggling with, right? Like if
Right.
it's
Right.
handling objections or like phone conversations, like how to pre-frame people to where you don't get objections. Like there's so many different ways to navigate like the sales process in my opinion. So I try to just find things that I like. Maybe if I had a week where I didn't close as much as I'd like, and there was one particular thing that I like struggled with, for example, I might try to find something from one of those creators that like is pretty hot buttonish, you know what I mean? That kind of like
Mhm.
that really pressed kind of where I kind of fell short and kind of attack that to where I can, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Let me kind of get back on track and do that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Well, that's freaking awesome, man. I love to hear that you're always sharpening the blade, even week in and week out too. So that's awesome to hear,
Yeah,
dude. All right, we're gonna run to commercial break real fast. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Okay.
cool.
National Metal Industries, a family owned business for 70 plus years, has grown to be recognized for their ability to deliver on not just privacy slats for fence, but all types of fence products. National Metal Industries has all the hardware and tools to get the fence professional in and out of their job with the most ease possible. You can count on National Metal Industries for the most convenient resources in fence products. Visit nmifence.com for more information. As we like to say, you can always pick it right at National. J.C. Gurry Signs and Decals has been a trusted name in the sign industry since 1949, with all manufacturing done in-house from start to finish right here in the USA. With 75 years in outdoor signage and roots dating back to the 1920s, J.C. Gurry specializes in durable, high-quality signs and decals. In-house screen printing since the 1970s ensures every product meets the highest standards. Visit jcgurry.com for more information. Every aluminum sign includes Mylar lamination at no extra cost, extending product life in tough outdoor conditions. For unmatched quality and longevity, visit jcgurry.com. Struggling with a gate that drags on your sloped yard? Orlando Hinge Company has the solution: the Swan Hinge. Unlike standard hinges, the Swan Hinge lets double drive gates swing open smoothly up inclines, eliminating dragging and binding. Easy to install on vinyl, aluminum, wood, and chain link gates. It's built for durability and made to withstand the elements. And when your customer hears that, yes, their gates can work on a slope, you just made the sale. The Swan Hinge, designed by fencers for fencers. Made in the USA, lifetime warranty. Order today at swanhinge.com or email info@orlandohingecompany.com. The Swan Hinge, because every gate deserves to open smoothly.
All right, guys, we are back. If you're just joining us, I have Beau Brewer on the show tonight from Jack Fence out of Lafayette, Louisiana. We've been talking about some Mr. Fence Academy retreat stuff, some sales process stuff, some sales goals, and things that Beau has hit. And we just got back from the commercial break. We're going to jump to a couple of the comments. Comments are going crazy over here. So
love it.
Yeah, right. So let's see. Tina, I'm not even gonna try it.
Como.
Tina Como. Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah. EAUX is that's right. So she says he is the 1%. Absolutely. Let's see. We got Mr. Chris Steele in the house. Taryn's in the house. She says, tell the truth, Beau.
I mean, I am. I mean, he is.
And then right after that,
no lies told here. You know,
way to go, Beau Brewer.
I guess it's different when you live next, live in the same house and sleep in the same bed. I guess it's probably different. You know.
Well, Lance Roy says easy to sell when you have the best product. Absolutely, man. And
absolutely. I definitely don't disagree with that.
She said a horrible last name, Como.
That's funny. Yeah, I'd imagine if you're not from Louisiana, Como might sound a little unique and crazy.
Yeah, man. I always forget that the EAUX is the O, so I'll be like, oh wait, nope, I remember now.
Yeah, you could just put an X on Beau and just make it really Cajun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There we go. All right, so boom. What you guys got lined up for the rest of the week, man? You got any interesting projects coming up?
Let's see. So the end of the week, I think we're doing pre-stain, board on board, cap and trim, kind of a darker, like custom color.
Nice.
Like a dark charcoal, kind of like really unique custom. So that should be pretty cool. And then last week we did a Goliath fence that came out really nice. It was like dark teak wood infill around like pool equipment. It was really sweet. And then obviously like our day-to-day sort of bread and butter is pre-stained cedar pickets, pre-stained cedar rails, steel post.
Oh yeah,
love it. That's our winner. You know, that's our best value fence, if you will. So
there we go.
We sell, probably, I would say if we're selling 10 jobs a week, we're selling probably 7 of those pre-stained wood, pre-stained cedar.
Oh yeah, love it, man.
Yeah. So
I was about to bring this up, and he commented right as I was about to bring it up. So Wing Tools, Evan Gardner says, "What's up?
What's up, Evan?"
Evan made a trip over to you guys. What, last week or the week before?
I think it was last week. I wasn't actually physically at the facility when he was there, but I do know he came and demonstrated and kind of really helped our guys kind of how to build fence more efficiently, how to build it faster, how to build it better. Just some tips and tricks that kind of he's experienced through his time as an installer, and I know for sure that was probably super valuable to our team. It's like we talked about it earlier. Like you're never too big to learn. Like you're never above learning. So
Right.
yeah, he definitely came out and he helped our guys a lot.
That's awesome, man. And since you guys do use winged post, I've watched Evan in person, and I'll tell you what, Evan has wing post dialed in like no other
Oh,
I've ever
absolutely,
seen
yeah,
before. Just the way that he flows so fast and just confidently with them. It is cool to watch, man. It was cool to watch at fence games, watch his confidence and watch his speed as well. Um, so that's really cool that he made the trip over there. I know it's not a huge long journey or anything for Evan,
right.
but cool that he made the trip over to share his knowledge with the team. That's super cool.
Yeah, no, I think he's very into it. Like you could tell he's super passionate about wing tools and helping people, and like you just see him all over. So like he's always popping up on my social, like on my feed. He's always finding like unique ways and better ways to help the community like build fence better. So I appreciate Evan for like everything he's really given our team as well. So
Yeah, man, he comes up with some really cool stuff, man. I love
yeah.
the wingmen. I love all of his tools, to be honest with you. His
Oh,
his new wing
so much
level,
more
that thing is
efficient.
just freaking badass, dude.
Yeah, no, it's sweet. I know our
Yeah.
guys like it too.
Yeah, man. And I watched him stick it on to a 2 3/8 schedule 40 at Fist Games, and he picked up the freaking 2 3/8. It was a 8 foot stick. It wasn't like a 10 foot six or anything like that. But
Yeah.
still, it was an 8 foot stick, and he put it right in the middle and then picked it up like 4 feet off the ground, and the post didn't fall. I was like, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah. No, that is crazy for sure. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I love all of his dedication to finding more efficient ways to install those wing posts. Because when a lot of guys get into them and they realize that without those tools, it takes multiple people to do a one man job.
Yeah.
They kind of get a sour taste in their mouth for them.
Yeah. The tools basically just act as like another install guy. Like it
Mhm.
literally like another person assisting you along the way without them actually being human.
Yeah.
It's super helpful.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I was one of those people. Before I had always had a sour taste in my mouth for wing posts, doesn't matter what brand they are. But after using Evan's tools,
He
I'm
converted
not.
you?
I mean, he didn't fully convert me. It's has nothing to do with wing tools. I can't stand driving them. I just
That's
think that
fair.
I think they're a lot harder to drive than around 2 3/8 schedule 40. Other than that, he sold me on everything else, man. My biggest thing for the longest time was that it takes two people to put up rails and it's too time consuming. And then he shut all that down whenever he dropped the wingmans for me. So
Yeah.
I, I love
Drop
it.
mic
And
moment.
yeah, dude. Yeah, seriously, man. And then all the innovations he's done with them, making that little plastic tip for the auto feed screw gun. So that way you don't have to load them like by hand. That's just cool stuff, dude. I love
Yeah,
watching that.
he's got the fence wheel turning constantly in his brain.
Yeah, yeah, he does, man. And the fact that his goal is to move full time into tool production. That's awesome, man. I love that it's going the way that he hoped it would.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's good for Evan. It's good for him to like really kind of chase his dreams and passion with what he wants to do. And it seems like he's on the right track for sure.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, so let's see. I was about to say if you have any closing thoughts, but Chris Gass has got a question. He said, Bo, what's the number one weakness at Jack Fence in the sales department?
Man, Chris is just like putting us on the spot. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's like one. like one thing particular that we, I guess, struggle with, but um I think in general people have trouble handling objections. I kind of want to, like, if it's cool with you, if we can kind of like talk about that like for just a
Yeah.
couple minutes. I don't know
Yeah.
if we've
Yeah,
even
bro.
kind of tapped into that, but um obviously like selling fence is, I don't know, difficult at times. You're not always gonna get, the close that you want, or a customer say yes every time. um and the way that I try to kind of, I guess, navigate that better is doing it more like upfront. So like, we call it like pre-framing, right? So like whenever a customer calls, I think it's very important to handle it like, this is going to be maybe a weird analogy for some, but like, Billy, you go to the doctor, right? Like you go to the doctor once every 6 months, maybe something like that.
Little less than that, but yeah, sure.
Right, like once a year, maybe, right? So
Yeah.
you go, so okay, so you go to the doctor, and the doctor is gonna ask you like, "Hey, Billy, like, what's going on?" Right? And you're gonna
Mhm.
say, Doc, I've been struggling with X, right? And, I'm not feeling well. And, the doctor is going to be like, well, how long you been feeling that way, right? Or what's been causing you to. So, when you go to the doctor, he's always asking you like very specific questions to kind of get to the root of the problem, right? What's causing you to be
Right.
sick, or what's causing you. And I try to think about sales as like being a fence doctor. Like, you have to sort of prescribe the right medicine for them, right, if you will,
Mhm.
by
Yep.
asking like very intentional questions up front when you're talking about, whether they've been dealing with, I don't know, intruders in their property, or, a really frustrating neighbor, or maybe their dog's getting out, or whatever. Like, there's some type of pain point that is going on at their property that is causing them to pick up the phone and call you.
Correct.
So the more that you can think like a doctor, like ask intentional questions, I think it really helps build trust with you and the customer. And while also helping you navigate objections at the end, whenever you sort of set those expectations at the beginning, whenever you are asking those intentional questions. So I would say when we do struggle at Jack Fencing, I think it's not sticking to that process every time. Like, it's easy to just kind of like answer the phone, "Hey, this is Beau at Jack Fencing," right? And then hop in my van and go, right? We try to not
Right.
do that. We try to be more intentional with the pre-screening, just being more thorough, like we just talked about. And, usually when we do that, the results are, what exactly we want, So I would say just consistently handling objections on the forefront, like on the pre-call or on the phone, I think is really important. Um, just because you just don't deal with those like, I need to think about it. I need to talk to my wife, right? Like, oh, nobody wants to hear that. Like,
Right.
you know,
Right.
and
Right.
and honestly, like as a customer, like you don't really honestly want me to follow up. You don't want me to call you, a day later. Hey, this is Bo from Jack Fencing. Like I'm just following up with you. Like nobody, like let's be honest, like nobody
What
loves
do I
that. Like
say?
it's cringy. It's like
Right.
no, like I don't want that. So if we can avoid that, that's ultimately our goal. And honestly, like we talk about it all the time. Like when Chris and I are training, we would rather the customer tell us no. Like no is better than, let me think about it. I need to get back to you. Like
I just
they're
lost it.
never
I'm
getting
going.
they're never getting back to you. Like they're never really thinking about it. Like no at least allows you to move on to the next customer, not waste your energy and time anymore
Yeah.
into a dead sale or whatever you want to call it. So um I would say that's one thing that we, I guess, could do more consistently is like be more consistent on the pre-screening process on how we do things at Jack Fencing.
Oh, all right, man. Well, you solved the problem for Chris. Apparently, you let him know what the number one weakness is.
Well, he'll probably comment in 30 seconds and maybe ask another question, but hopefully that's something that And it's definitely something we talk about. I mean,
Right.
he's always finding ways to like challenge me and push me. And even though I consider myself, pretty good at what I do, I mean, I'm certainly always learning like everybody else, but he definitely knows like the right buttons to push, and he really does help me grow in the best ways. And I'm really thankful for him and the intentional time that he's poured into me over the last 2 years. So I really can't thank him enough. I mean, I know the podcast is like just one simple platform of saying thanks, but I appreciate all that you do, Chris. Just know that.
Hell yeah, man. I love it. All right, dude. We are coming up on time because my stomach's growling over here. I'm hungry. You got any closing thoughts for anybody watching or anybody listening?
Um, so if you struggle selling fence, like if you even if you're an owner and you happen to be the one that's like in the streets selling, or like my number one tip, I would say like is just be authentic. Like authenticity wins. Like I know you hear a lot of like you need to stick to a script, or you need to, if they say this, I'm going to say this, and then if they give me another objection, I'm going to say this. But like, dude, people can read through
Mm-hmm.
robotic stuff and
Mm-hmm.
scripting, and like just be yourself. Like have a, like me and you are talking right now, right? Like
Yep.
I want them to feel comfortable. I want them to feel like they're talking to their best friend. I want them to feel like they met a new friend at the end of our conversation. Because
Yep.
ultimately, like I know we're selling them a product, like an end result, but I'm really just helping them find a solution for what they want. And I think if you can think about selling that way, is like I'm helping and I'm not selling, and just kind of breathe and relax and really just make everything super light, I think that's going to just pay extreme dividends for getting more sales, building more rapport with the customer. And, ultimately, if they trust you, they're going to buy from you. So I would say just treat it like you're talking right now, me and you on the pod, or you're talking to your best guy bud or your best gal or whatever, right? And just
Right.
have a genuine, loose conversation and really ask detailed questions to get to the root of the problem that they have. And I think that's going to go a long way into increasing your profit margin, increasing your business, getting more sales. And yeah, I would say that that's something that I always continue to strive to do. And, I certainly know that I could do better doing that. But that would be my number one tip, is just authenticity. Just be yourself.
Love it, man. I love it. Bro, thank you so much for taking some time out of your busy schedule to hop on here and talk shop with me for an hour.
Yeah.
Very much appreciated. With that said, Chris Gass, I'll see you in the comments. You gonna say yes sometime, maybe
Yeah, maybe. He'll,
2026
yeah,
at
he'll
least.
text me. He'll text me
Yeah.
in 30 seconds with a question that we didn't cover, I'm sure.
So for anybody who doesn't know, I've been trying to get Chris Gass on the show for a year and 5 months, year and 4 months, something like that, right? So I keep trying. I'm not going to give up.
Yeah.
He's gonna say yes one time, so I'm just gonna keep trying. But you're in the hot seat, buddy.
Yeah, I
But
guess
hey,
we could
man.
I guess Chris and I can switch roles for once, and I can jump in the comments with some popcorn, That'd be fun.
There we go. But hey, man,
Yeah.
I hope you guys crush the rest of the week out at Jack
Thank you,
Fencing.
man.
I hope you hit all your weekly sales goals, man, all that stuff. You guys be safe, collect some checks, and kick some ass, dude. And looking forward to talking to you and seeing you
Absolutely,
sometime
man.
here in the near future. And brother, you have a wonderful rest of your night.
You too, Billy. Thank you guys for having me. You guys have a blessed
Absolutely.
week.
Absolutely, man. It's been a blast.
Thank you.
All right, bud. Boom, man, that was fun. That was fun. We got an awesome show lined up for you guys next week, of course. I hope you guys tune in. I will be uploading a bunch of audio stuff to all of the audio platforms this weekend. So stay tuned for that. I got like probably 15 episodes to upload. So there should be quite a bit of content coming your way next week. But with that said, man, y'all have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday night. Collect some checks, kick some ass, and be safe overall out there, guys. We'll see y'all next week.